Hello, welcome everyone to Business to Business Marketing. We're starting with Chapter 1, the book Business Marketing, Connecting Strategy, Relations, and Learning by Dwyer and Tanner. Part 1, Business Markets and Business Marketing. Part 1, Chapter 1, we'll be talking about Introduction to Business Marketing. Chapter 2, we'll discuss the character of business marketing. Chapter 3, the purchasing function, which is extremely important. Chapter 4, organizational buyer behavior. Just like there's buyer behavior, there's consumer behavior. The same is true with organizations that also exhibit those kinds of behaviors that are particularly to business industries. Chapter 1, Business Markets and Business Marketing. Okay, a typical business-to-business company that creates value for its customers this is an example, BASF. They create value for its customers, build brand recognition, communicates a unified message, targets decision makers, supports salespeople with a variety of communication tools. This is not just for BASF, this is for any large company like IBM, Lenovo, HP. Now, you look at Exhibit 1-1, marketing salt. Business marketing, so there's a salt mine that sells to a large purchaser of salt, Morton Salt, who will then sell to McDonald's, which they're going to use the salt for French fries, to Kroger's. Salt will be sold in shakers or in boxes. And then it could also be sold to General Foods. Salt will be used for frozen dinners, and ultimately that reaches you. So, in other words, salt is mined. Salt is processed into food grade or industrial grade salt, for example, used as salt for pavements when it's snowing. Then it's sold to other businesses and then to you. The salt mine is not going to sell directly to you. You don't show up to the salt mine with your little bucket and say, hey, give me some salt. Just like you would not go to Ford, to GM, or to any other car manufacturer and buy a car directly from the factory, you're going to buy it from someone else. But Ford, salt mine, they'll all sell to someone who will then sell to one business, who will sell to another business. And this is the difference between business to business marketing and business to consumer. Business to consumer would mean me walking into Kroger's or to some other store and buying the salt directly from them. But that would be regular marketing, business marketing, consumer marketing. So business marketing, the marketing of goods and services to companies that consume, also government agencies such as the Department of Defense, the FBI, resellers, for example, wholesalers, institutions such as hospitals, and also non-for-profit organizations such as the American Red Cross. It's for use in producing their products and or to facilitate operations. So, for example, you can have a company like Ford buying its glass from its glass manufacturer, or Ford purchasing from Staples and having a corporate account to buy their office supplies that they need to run their offices with. Slide number 8. Business marketing is unique. Varying involvement levels in buyer-seller relationships, shorter distribution channels, emphasizes personal selling and negotiation, greater web integration and communication. Of course, today the web is the only way to really reach people. The old school ways are not as effective, and definitely not in business to business. Unique promotional strategies, consumption, knowledge of customers, and marketing research. And that's very important to know the customers when selling products and marketing products. Market-driven means, slide 9, all employees focus on customer satisfaction, which is the same in business to business, also to business to the regular retail market, business to consumer. Constantly seeking operational efficiency, building effective employee terms, constantly improving service, support to customers, being innovative, developing approaches to open new markets. Typical business to business goods and services include raw materials, manufactured materials transformed from raw materials, component or OEM parts, which are the original manufactured parts, equipment manufacturer, part of a completed product, and accessory equipment, tools, capital equipment, machinery, and MRO, maintenance, repair, and operation products. Next slide, 111, business to business. It's all about relationships. Business to business depends on close business and personal relationships because of shorter distribution channels, leads to emphasis on personal selling through dependence on web integration and unique promotional strategies. Business to business challenges: the size and location of customers, bigger, fewer, and concentrated, strict performance standards for products by customers, complicated purchasing decisions, involvement, and time. Business to business, it's all about demand, derived demand. The demand for a company's products is derived from the demand for their customer products. Most demand originates with consumers. So if consumers want cars, and there's a lot of cars that are needed, then there'll be a lot of glass, a lot of tires, a great deal of other computer equipment that is involved in making a car. Joint demand, two products are used together and demanded together. Both products are consumed at the same time. Business to business derived demand examples, as I mentioned before, you make headlamp assemblies for GM, consumer wants more cars, automobile manufacturers produce more cars, you sell more of your company's headlamp assemblies. Consumers stop buying cars, automobile manufacturers stop making cars, you sell fewer headlamps assemblies. It's a food chain. Slide 15, Exhibit 1-6, the flow of goods and services. You have your raw materials, manufactured materials, and they're transported via facilitating services. There's a sub-assembly, then there's actual assembly, and the component parts, and from the component parts, purchase order printed, facilitated product, and then there's the finished car, and the amount and type of cars determined by the research facilitating service to see how many cars people need, where they need them, and then they're sent off to those sellers of cars. Slide 16, creating value. Value is the perception of a product's benefits beyond its price. Because you say, you know what, I'm getting value. It's not just about the price, it's what I'm getting out of the product. Value has three parts: value received from the product, value received from seller services, value received from relationships with the seller. Business to business, three critical questions for successful business to business program. A business must determine who are its customers, what do its customers want, how do its buyers make their buying decisions. And again, what do its customers want is the same for business to business, also for business to consumer. That is the end of chapter 1. Thank you for joining. See you shortly with chapter 2.